Good morning, wrestling fans. Today is Thursday, August 8th, 2024. Lance Brock here. Thank you everyone for tuning in on this Thursday morning. Hope everyone is having an awesome Thursday morning so far, wherever you are in the world. Tonight we have TNA Impact and Ring of Honor on Honor Club on. But before I get into that, for today's episode, do have some good news, and that is that last night there was a new episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic. Kind of a quick episode, but I talked about last night's AEW Dynamite from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and also yesterday afternoon's episode of WWE Speed that is now available right here on Spreaker or wherever you listen to 360 Wrestling podcasts at. So check that out if you are able to. And now on to tonight. TNA Impact on Access TV. And TNA Plus, which actually is what I watch on TNA Plus now. Nothing against Access TV, but I have the subscription, so might as well watch it on TNA Plus. Plus, it's, I know that sounded funny, but also, I should say, on TNA Plus, it's like, I know it's not available here in the United States, but the whole AEW Plus thing on Triller that is available in countries that don't get Dynamite or any AEW show on TV. When the show is on picture-in-picture, you can keep watching the match with the commentary as it continues during the break. And tonight on TNA Impact, which I believe will be the first episode from the Tampa Bay, Florida tapings at the Florida State Fairgrounds. And we are starting things off with the System. They did not have a very good night at Slammiversary. Alicia Edwards was the only member of the System to retain her championship. Herself and Masha Slamovich, still the TNA Knockouts Tag Team Champions. Edwards and Myers losing the titles. Moose losing the TNA World Championship. But we will hear from the System tonight. Another NXT talent will be on TNA Impact tonight as Wolfgang makes an appearance, taking on Joe Hendry, who was victorious this past Tuesday night on Great American Bash Night 2 against Joe Coffey. Should be a pretty good match there. And we are going to start having qualifying matches for the Ultimate X match coming up at Emergence. We will have Speedball Mike Bailey taking on Trent Seven and Jake something. That should definitely be fun, entertaining matchup right there with those three. And Zachary Wentz, KC, and a mystery opponent. I know this was taped before last Tuesday's episode of NXT, but Zachary would be interesting to see Zachary Wentz after the betrayal, after Wesley turning his back on the Rascals, betraying them in the NXT Tag Team Championship match on night 2 of the Great American Bash. But like I said, this was taped before Tuesday's episode. And we will have... This feud has been going for a little bit now in TNA. It was supposed to... This match was actually supposed to happen at the Slammiversary Countdown show, but Jonathan Gresham was not able to compete. But tonight we will see the Octopus, Jonathan Gresham, take on Kushida, which on the Countdown to Slammiversary, Kushida debuted his new look. And this should be a pretty entertaining match between these two. And tonight, TNA Knockouts World Champion Jordynne Grace will have another open challenge. Definitely will be interesting to see who shows up for this one. Like I always say on the podcast, I do not read the spoilers. But one headline I did see, though, is that multiple NXT stars were at the tapings. Don't know who they were, though. So I wouldn't be surprised if accepting the open challenge tonight is someone from the NXT Women's Division. And tonight we also have the fallout from the PCO and Steph DeLander wedding last week being interrupted by Matt Cardona. And we will hear from the walking weapon, Josh Alexander. So that is all tonight. TNA Impact on Access TV and TNA Plus. And then right after TNA Impact, we have Ring of Honor on Honor Club. So that is all for this Thursday morning episode of 360 Good Morning Wrestling fans. Thank you for tuning in. You can go in the comment section right now and leave your thoughts and your opinions on last night's AEW Dynamite, this week's WWE Speed as well. I will be back right here tomorrow morning for the Friday episode of Good Morning Wrestling fans. I hope all of you will join me right here once again. So don't forget to listen to last night's episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic, episode 616. Also the newest episode of 360 Anything Goes, talking about an episode of The Rifleman with Sammy Davis Jr. So I'll talk to everyone tomorrow. But until then, have a great pro wrestling day.